seeing it through. Okay, have been going through the ups and downs for 2 weeks, found out about a Monday positive. Confirmed it tonight with the OM, he says he is going to end it. I don't believe it, but it out there now. I have confronted wife and left home to recenter. I am returning tomorrow. For good till she leaves or kicks me out somehow or serves me with divorce papers that make me leave. I have been reading for a while, spent a week reaffirming little things to her, but I was not aware of the IA for sure. She has 2 older children. We have been married for 4 years. I have 2 younger children. All of them must be protected. Older children have not gotten a very strong emotional tie to me. My children I have to be mindful of. I want to save the marriage, and I am sure she has doubts. I had the speech already from her 11 days ago. But it was the space talk, and she keeps telling me she doesn't know what to do, she just has to think, and I am pushing her farther away the more I push. She has not told her children to my knowledge. I believe she has been hiding it. I believe they will support her. I hope they would. I know it is time for her family to learn of the separation, as she calls it. I call it a pause. The D word has not been said. Okay, I am at that crucial moment, so I will add more details in next post. I need to know if I should post on my Facebook fighting for my wife in my statues that will alert everyone. Also, should I contact her family, mother or brother? I have a little bit of connect to him. Family religion doesn't approve of our marriage, but they do believe in marriage and the everlasting commitment. Just a note and explain to them I need or needs guidance from those that love her the most, and let the chips fall where they may. I already feel damned if I do and damned if I don't. She won't engage in conversation with me at all. She just runs and is talking to a few select friends at this point whom I would believe are only advising her in what makes her feel good. I also must say I have never seen a woman that recovered from this or even wanted to, but I love my wife. I will fight. I have made mistakes, but we have nothing that can't be fixed. Help with this question would be great. Read next post for background. This is an emergency. Older kid is hers. Younger is mine. She was from an abusive marriage. OM, checking to see if he is married, not sure. Went home last night when I realized that was where I needed to be. Big argument, had to leave or police and restraining order would have been gotten. She is somehow afraid of me now, but 2 weeks ago she was fine with me staying in the house. I think Ia went to a PIA, not sure, just thought. I am not an abuser whatsoever. I have been married before and my ex-wife hated my guts, but she even said she was never afraid of me. Anyway, went back to my brother's place. Texted her this morning with a simple "do you want a divorce?" and of course we all know what she said. I don't care, and then we texted for a bit, then it was an emotional. I don't think I can even get past this. So, I am going to be out of the house. She said she didn't want me back at the house if I needed to get things. We could make arrangements and she would have someone with her. I am going to check, but I think in Oklahoma she cannot keep me out during a divorce. It's my home also. We met dancing one night, online dating site, went from there, all was good. She wasn't crazy and I was available. I was close to the end of a 3-year divorce proceeding, 2 kids involved, not sure how long between her last BF, but if I recall it had not been very long. I heard the abusive remark from her. Not real sure I believe it now since last night, because I know what kind of man I am and she is afraid of me. So now what is the question again? Being out of the house, I need a place for me and my 2 children to be when I have them. No problem, got that covered. Getting a rental for a bit. Unless you all know, hope to get around the above statement without her shooting me or getting me arrested. Next, I need to get my things out. It will be even more difficult if after I expose all this to her mother and family. So, I am not sure if I should proceed till that has occurred. Of course the OM will have his hooks in well by then, but I know he is doomed eventually. Is it even probable or possible to repair and restore a marriage from where I stand? No, I am not a doormat, but I am practical. And back to the above questions, this is all about appearances to her, so me filing for divorce is her way of saving face. It was all my fault then. Do I have enough evidence to expose? All I have is cell phone text logs to same number, and I talked to the man on the phone saying he knows her and that we're friends. I know and you all know, but do I need more to convince the family? Hers, that is. It's obvious to us but may not be to some sheltered people. Did the home thing, the police were called. I guess I got lucky, they were on my side when they found out what was going on, but they did advise me before they had to do it. She is trying to set up assault, which is different. All she has to do is say I threatened her, even with a VAR, and they would still have to take me to jail. Attorney said same thing. There is another avenue, but I will keep that one to myself for now. So now if I am to save my marriage, it's going to be a while. I am going to have to get a place to stay for my children. To my knowledge, she still hasn't told any of her family, and I am sure she is going to spin the H greater than out of this all my fault and stuff. Her pattern is to do this. The more I have seen, appearance and being alone are her 2 no one thing. She is both right now, the other guy for support, and I am going to have to do some things that will look contrary to my true intentions. So, I know this is going to be an uphill battle. And I still go back to what my pastor said, you can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to do in the end. Things have been broken for a while from what she told me over. I admit things were not great, but there was no real problem until other guy. That's when communication dropped totally. I can see it in the log. And there will have to be some major changes on both people's parts if this is to survive. I am willing, but at this point she doesn't have to. She has what she needs and doesn't have to deal with her husband. Just get him to get rid of himself. Okay, now what? I know for this to survive I am going to have to expose this and do it very carefully, and even then, there may not be a chance, but my marriage is worth it. She has to deal with me and I know that. So, suggestions would be great. I have the exposure list ready and am formulating a few letters. My proof is very slim at this point. I have his name and telephone number, that's it, plus the phone bills with all the text message log. Don't have the actual what was said, but when it was looked for things that would help me on the net but didn't find anything yet. Still looking for a wife. Something looks fishy to me. I know the truth and so does everyone here, but we are married and there should be no interaction with another male like she has. It's inappropriate and anyone with a brain can figure it out. I know everyone is going to be told they were just friends first. And that may be true, but Anita is still that, but I believe it escalated. Next step, and maybe a little support, I am going to have to get a rental, that's obvious, and I am going to have to get some legal documents in place this next week to be able to protect my children. I have had the sheet pulled over my eyes. I can tell that now this guy doesn't seem to exist. I am sure he is probably one of her Facebook friends by now. Any suggestions on how to figure out? I have limited ways to snoop. I thin looking for suggestion. So just go for it now with what I have and let the turmoil and confusion begin on her part. Correct. I mean, it would take an idiot not to see from the phone bills this is not what is going on. Do I wait till they ask for proof when I tell them, or do I give it to them when I tell them? I am ready to post it on Facebook. He said they were just friends, but that is not totally true. I can promise you that I have our cell phone bill to his number with over 300 text messages to his number, and she won't tell me who the number goes to or that she even knows the number. I know better. That's all I have right now. That's solid. I don't believe anything he said on the phone, but I am still researching. I might get a friend once this is exposed. I did have Pie Watcher for one weekend, or my brother did actually, and he told my brother he saw nothing out of the ordinary, but she wouldn't let this come out in the light of day. Yet she is still married and appearance is very important to her. How she looks in everyone's eyes. She still, to my knowledge, hasn't told anyone, not even her kids. Right now, I can't afford a PI. The last one was a favor for my brother and I don't think I have enough time. It would take a fool not to see what I saw in the phone records with text messages in the earlier morning hours to just a friend, and up to 60 in one day without an explanation. It's obvious. I don't even need her to tell me. I am going to have to get a house for my kids. That will mean a 1-year commitment to a landlord. I doubt have a problem with it, but it would be easier to fix this now. I might be able to get a VAR in the house, but I am not sure at this point. But where to put it is the question to get the scoop, if any, and then how long will this take is the real question. I know this is going to be a slow process. Just the more time this goes by, it will begin to appear that I am doing the wrong thing, and I might be able to get some support from her mother. I don't know. She is very religious and would maybe be able to apply pressure the most. I might be able to do it in a week, but this will be tougher if I don't tell the world now. It looks like I have let her go and I am getting the divorce. You know what I mean. Update. Okay, all done. Got told we could never fix this now for like the 3rd time. I have blown it too often to keep blowing it. I might have, but it was done if I didn't. Well, we will see. I am a piece of crap, and the restraining order for harassment threat. With her reaction, I hit the bullseye. I exposed the affair on Facebook, had a long telephone chat with her mother, sent PM to all of her family to help her to concentrate on the marriage. I let everyone know what I had as far as proof, and so far, even if they didn't really want to support or not, they all without asking said they believed the affair and didn't know what or if they would be able to do anything. I have yet to accuse her of a PA. I don't have solid proof of that. I told them it was an E and they understood that. It was agreed that with what I had to go on, it was still inappropriate behavior on her part. If she wanted to get a divorce or split, she should have finished this first. Mother and brother both felt, spoken and written. I did that. All recon on OM still in progress, but I did tell my children and I did tell my stepchildren. All she can do now is lie about it. They are probably going to side with her, but I know the truth. That is all that matters. I am in the holding pattern till Monday and I will have my temp order. Then I can apply pressure by being in the house, or if I am there first, she can stay or she can go. It's her choice. Got a few wireless cameras to install in-house and hook up to computer to record 24/7, so if she claims assault, the video record will be there. I know she is pissed and I do hate that, but this is the first time in a week I haven't felt sad or depressed, and have come to realize if this doesn't work, I have tried everything I know to save my marriage, and if it ends, I can live with myself. Thanks for the help so far, guys and gals. Just have to be patient now and try to destroy the OM ability to be happy and content in a world of crap. I have gotten some responses from them, some not so good but a few positive. I knew not everyone was going to understand. My motives could go either way, but it's a crap shoot either way. I can at least live with myself now, knowing I have done everything I could so far. A little humor too. I can always show this to my next special someone and maybe they will just forego the bull crap and not ever do it. Funny thing here is my wife has always been afraid I would be the one that would have an affair, and I promise you I did that once. With my ex, we both did to hurt each other. I never want to hurt someone that bad again, not this time though. Hope I said that right. Anyway, just kind of funny. Well, just got a call from a friend who couldn't believe what he saw on Facebook. He knows my wife and me both and couldn't believe either one of us would do what was said or what I had done to expose, so he went to her work tonight just to snoop. Man, did he get and give a mouthful. He said it's pretty obvious there is no remorse. The OM was at the bar and they are more than best friends. And she told him that I was just a bully, accusing her of crap that wasn't true to cover for me being a piece of crap husband. And the OM was just a friend helping her get through this, and they met last week after I left. He told her a few things he was cheated on many years ago, but I won't repeat what he said to her. He said from his experience it's over. She is pretty blatant about her feelings, and instead of running them underground they have surfaced to the top. She said she is just waiting for the papers. So, I guess the next step is back to the house if can be done and become a mule in the corner with cameras all over the house to protect me, a few in sight and a few hidden. VAR my best friend. Get the D papers ready and just tell her I am getting everything inside the house and I am leaving her with nothing. Hope this will shock her a bit, but not sure. In Oklahoma it's a no-fault state, but should I gather evidence of the affair? Best I can, since it is so open now, and use it in court to press for adultery. After all, we are still married. I was afraid of this. She feels like since she told me it was over, she is free to do anything she wants. Need to apply pressure, a different way to solve this if it's even possible. Kind of at a loss now, but I didn't expect much. I knew I was on shaky ground. Suggestions, anyone who has been here. I am sure we will have a pretty bloody D. Thank God there are no kids between you except from our previous marriages, and her kids did what I thought. They are supporting her totally without exception. I guess that's good, though I didn't ever want to drive a wedge between them. Okay, getting the ball rolling on being in the house. She is still done with me and I have screwed everything up because I exposed the ugly truth. By the way, she still hasn't proved me wrong. Anyway, texted her this morning because she said she was getting an attorney and divorcing my A. I told her the other day after exposure I had already done that, and she said fine. So text and asked her the account balance in the business so I could pay for this, and her question was why was I getting an attorney? I was like floored, but anyway I responded to her that is what you do when you get a divorce, and stated that was not what I wanted. I wanted my wife and our marriage to work out, but I had to protect my children. Anyway, this is a precious moment. I think even though I am still getting stonewalled, I may have a chance, and it's a snowball's chance to start repairing this a bit. I went ahead and had my attorney get started on a temporary order of some sort to get me back in the house without compromising my legal position as to a restraining order. He is working on that. I hated I lied and said I stopped him from going forth on the divorce, but a temporary order is just that, temporary. I told her that we could stop this or her anytime I was moving forward because I only assumed that this was what she wanted. She replied that she thought we could do this civil and quiet without the expense and such. There again I told her we could do whatever we wanted, but we needed to talk, and that was the problem, and if she was truly afraid of me that was going to be difficult. I offered to text or talk to her tonight about what she had in mind. She has agreed. She did make a comment about she had made up her mind and there was no fixing this, but I may or may not be getting mixed signal here. Either way, I still want to fix this marriage, and I don't understand the I am getting an attorney and divorcing her at Friday, and then today it was like she was surprised I was doing what I said. So, I guess what I am asking is how do the pros here think I should proceed? I have what I call the nuclear option, which is to just basically take her to the cleaners at first and make divorce a horrible option to get her to engage in trying to fix this, or the sit back and go through the motions slowly and hope she lifts the fog off before it's too late. I like the nuclear option, but she has to get over hating me first to fix any of this. I feel I can't fill the love cup up if I am not around, and she has to allow that, or my attorney has to figure that out to get me back in. Not sure he even knows how to do that. Suggestions for him would be nice too. This home we are in she actually owned before we got married, but she refinanced the house about a year ago and I had to sign papers with her not as an owner but as her husband. Just bit of background for the legal eagle. Well, took the advice, went home, stayed the night. Wife left the minute I got there. No words exchanged, nothing. Went to work this morning feeling pretty damn good. Then guess what? Restraining order showed up this afternoon. It's total bogus, but I have to wait 2 weeks for my day in court to prove I am not endangering my wife and her kids. There's the court order, so now what? Update, she filed. Property division is actually correct. She wants to get this out of the way so she can move on. I am sure it's over and there really isn't anything I can do or say. Yes, there were problems, most if not all could have been and can be repaired, but it would be an uphill battle. She wouldn't even admit to the EA today on the phone, even after I just agreed to call it quits and told her I was positive about what had been happening. I know there is always hope, but in this case, I believe it is over for sure. Even though she said there was hope before the exposure, I still don't think there was an exposure, and my mind was the right thing to do. Truth is, I will never know. So now on to recovery. Rented a house today. I feel good about that. No limbo for kids anymore. Time to move on. I might have been able to handle this situation better for sure if I would have known about this site and reading the information earlier, but I think I started too late in the game. I was already out. All I can do now is work on me and in the future make someone a better husband and watch for the signs and just make sure we both feel loved and I will not have to be here again. I have a friend who told me 1 week into my situation his WW was cheating. He is having a tough time trying to get her to read and follow, but he is still having resistance from his WW. Their P is out in the open. Oh my God, I just got a horrible telephone call. She has done this to me for at least a year, maybe more, with multiple guys. I don't know she has a problem and I want to help but I don't. I loved my wife so much, and from what I can tell she has been doing it to get money out of them. That is what I was told from an acquaintance of hers. No dog in this hunt, just a friend's girlfriend who has witnessed it. There has been at least 3 more. And there is more. I did some checking with an employee at the bar she works at whom I trust and have known for years, and he confirmed some things and laid to rest others. Still multiple EAS confirmed by him, if not PAS. He did say there was quite a bit of inappropriate actions he would not have liked if he was her husband and knew. He told me the only reason no one has told me was everyone thought I knew and didn't give a rat, according to her. But now that I exposed what was going on, some people are coming out of the dark. They realize I do care. Didn't know what all was there. He added that she is power drinking at work every weekend now for over, to the point she has blacked out after closing, and they had to sober her up and bring her home without me knowing. I have never seen her drunk during the week and have always concluded that the alcohol smell when she got home was from her clothes, so that explains some of her mood swings week to weekend, and never having any energy, sleeping all day during the weekend. The hits just keep coming. The bar has to go. It's just as bad as the OM at this point, who is also a drunk according to my source. He keeps buying her drinks to get his way. I do understand the need to heal now for sure. I was good when we met. Yes, I was still married, but I had been separated from my last wife for over a year and was very comfortable in my skin. At that point I had been to a counselor to work out me and my mistakes in the first marriage. When we started dating, so I know not to jump fast. All that was left in the first marriage was a custody battle at that point, which I wouldn't give up custody to my ex and had to fight all the way to court. Yes, she has been like this for quite some time. I have been doing the research, and yes, I have talked to her ex. He told me many things true and different. He admitted to abuse, verbal, but denied the physical. He said she has been this way all her life, very pretty and materialistic, and would do whatever it took to get what she wanted. I tend to believe him for the only reason most of this was unsolicited, and I wouldn't ask a question and he would answer. He just told me their problems from his point of view and did not know what she had ever said about him. I could tell he had heard it before from others though. Take it for what it is though. Yes, you are correct, there is no fixing this, except for total separation for life unless she was to do certain things, and even then, I would be suspicious of the motive. But she has already introduced the new guy to her small group of friends and her daughter, another train wreck, and she is spinning lies even to my closest friends who have known me for years and know that what she is saying has a small ounce of truth but is spun to shed light on herself and not me. And some things are just outright lies and deception. I listened to a recording of her running me down last night that an acquaintance of mine who she doesn't know was able to get on his phone. Mind you, she said this to a perfect stranger to her. All she is doing is trying to make herself feel better about the things she has done. I can handle that, I understand it. It's just sad for her she is this way. I have to be careful and just always state the truth no matter what, and some of it is not so great. I did neglect her as far as time. But I see now even that would have just brought this to an earlier finish. I would have been more aware of certain things at that point. She is not the woman I met. She is the woman that she has always been. I was just blinded by many things that I will not overlook in the future. I have always admitted to not being perfect and that I could always improve, but no one deserves what myself and it appears many others have been through with her. The only difference with her and I is that I am a guy that will stick. Even her thought we would make it because I am a very strong-minded person with patience for many things. I understand mistakes and am willing to forgive. But I will not put my children in an environment that they will learn bad habits and traits. For anyone, I would eliminate them from my life if I thought I would do them harm. And yes, I could stop her from working where she does quite easily, but her motive at that point would be for other reason than love to work this out. I will not buy her love. She would just go to another bar and work, so there is no hope. I did contemplate that, but it's no use, and it would be for the wrong reasons in my mind now, even though it would be the best thing for her. I would say I wish her the best, and I actually do, but it's time for me to move on. I want what I had with her when she was the woman I met, not the person she is. And I can have that. All I have to do is look. I am different right now from when we met, but I am quite positive I am a better person now. I haven't been the greatest, don't take me wrong. There has been strain on our marriage, but I know what it has been, and I was only a very small part of it. My comment, red alert. This is the foggiest wayward babble written today. Wow, just wow. Your WW always has been an alcoholic, adulterous woman from before you met. She simply displayed a nicer alcoholic, adulterous version for you in the beginning. She threw you crumbs and you believed you had an entire loaf, because you were also an adulterous man with values at the same level as your current wife. If your standards in a woman are what you write above, I suggest avoiding all women for life. Your picker doesn't pick them well. A great body and great bonding can't and will never sustain a marriage.